I still get nervous a little bit getting up on stage. But after the first minute, that's just, psh, then I'm in the zone. It's just the first minute is me, thinking about literally 7 to 10 different systems all at the same time, trying to anticipate the first point of failure in a show and whether it's going to be mission critical or not, because shit does go down all the time, and sometimes you never know from a spectator point of view. But from my end, I'm like having a panic attack up there because something just kind of went out, but I can fix it like on the fly with a fader pulled down kind of thing, and then save myself from that. But usually after the first minute, once you have a system going and everything's going and it's still going and it's gone for about 60 seconds, then you're in the clear and you start to have fun. So if you're out playing your first show, or you're playing at a club, or you're just being a DJ, you're gonna get, for the rest of your life, that first minute of panic, and then after that, it's no problem. I'm half asleep during a show. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not feeding off the crowd's energy. I could give a fuck less if you were there or you weren't. I'm just up there, kind of operating my thing in my world. Even though the mouse head's beaming right at you, my head's actually tilted more this way, and we designed it that way so it looks like, like I'm looking straight ahead, but I'm not. I'm looking down, looking at my feet, looking at the controllers, looking at the touchscreen monitor and that kind of thing, while you got this like mouse thing like piercing right into your gate. So that's an interesting thing, but that's just me being brutally honest. I like to not know nobody's there for a minute. The only time I know the crowd's there really is at the end. I do make a point, to kind of come out and scope things out during like Ghosts and Stuff, I guess, is because there's a good section of that track that I kind of flip it over to autopilot just so I can walk out and wave my hands around and say hi to everyone and kind of thing. And that's the only real audience engagement I get. And then it's back to work, right? Finish the thing off. And then once the last track is kind of on its last little fade out, and I'm pretty sure I can walk away from that and let that kind of do its own thing. And I'll go out and do it again, do my thank you kind of thing and wave hi and then walk off. But as far as the performance goes, the way I do things, and this is not the way other people do things, and this is not the way people should do things, and this is just the way I do things, is that I can't read an audience and then play to them and then, do some, if you're happy and clap your hands, come on guys. That's not my thing. One of the biggest plagues that I don't like, it's not my taste, but I'm sure there's something for everyone, is when a DJ has to get on the mic and say, everybody put your hands up, everybody, 1, 2, 3, like I was so fucking stupid that I didn't know, and I haven't heard enough electronic music in my life that I didn't know that if he wouldn't have counted to 3, and on that 4, when that kick drum started, I would have totally missed it. So thanks. Oh man, you're the best DJ in the world, because if you wouldn't have fucking instructed me that was coming, it's just insulting to me. Bad EDM to me is like every Saw movie ever fucking written, because you watch the whole fucking movie and you're like, okay, that's cool. But for idiots, they have this last 15 minutes of every Saw movie that have to explain everything. Like, see? You see? You see what I did there? And that's why that, I'm like, we fucking know. But believe it or not, there's 50% of the people that didn't get it until the last 15 minutes, So you have to pick and choose what type of performer or how you want to represent your music in that way. You have to, I think you should be really cautious about that, because people will get very tired of that very quick. A lot of people kind of dismiss this as me being a troll, but quite honestly, I wanted to do an experiment. On One Ultra, I decided to play Old MacDonald Had a Farm in the middle of my show, just to be a dick. No, that wasn't really the reason. It was the most fucking talked about thing at one of the world's most forefront electronic music festivals. That's what was on the front page of every fucking thing. Now, I'm not saying everyone needs to go be an asshole and do these like things, but it's the concept that if you do something off the fucking wall at a live show, and Kiss figured this out a long time ago too. It's like, hey, like, I'm a fan of Gene and kind of what he does and his band and what they've been doing, but their music is absolutely fucking garbage. But that aside, I went to one of their shows and I was fucking taken back, like, and then taken down a few notches because, I mean, they knew that, and they figured out, or they learned or developed that if in mid-set during the most benign song that kind of some weirdos knew the words to and mostly nobody didn't, you took a fake rocket launcher and then said, hey, watch this on the mic, and then pointed it up at the truss, and then the pyro guy sitting there with a button, and then he's like, he hates his life because he has to do this every fucking show. Hits the button, pyro goes off, and then a little piece of fake truss falls down. Stupidest fucking thing in the world. It was so dumb, but it was all everyone talked about. Oh yeah, and then so-and-so took a rocket launcher and blew a piece off the truck. It was awesome, but like, and they're not talking about the song. That's performance. That's like putting on a show, and that's what you're paying for a ticket. You know what I mean? Because if you're coming to a deadmau5 show or a festival to hear deadmau5, to appreciate and be a part and really take in the production value of the work that I put in the studio, stay fucking home, please, for the love of fucking God, and buy the CD and listen to it in the comfort of your own home where sweaty bros aren't fucking, up your ass. But people go to concerts for the experience of seeing that in person and being with other people. And if you can switch these moments up and have moments in your show where you do things that are unexpected or just visually cool, or people talk about, that's adding the value to the $400 fucking ticket you probably paid to go to Coachella. You know what I mean? So like, $400 ticket to see a show and experience something weird like that with a whole bunch of people. Cool. $400 to buy a CD, a better quality sound, and enjoy it in your home, probably not worth it, On show nights, I don't do shit. I show up. That's what I do. And you know what? Here's my routine. I get out of the car or get off the bus, go into the dressing room, eat a Nature Valley bar, kind of munch away on it. I grab my phone. I go on Twitter. That's funny. Reply to that. Check some emails. Stage call, 10 minutes. Okay, and then I walk over to the stage and then I play. And it's just that benign. And it's funny because I talk to people, oh man, it must be awesome to be on tour and party all the time and be backstage and have all this commotion and all this craziness going on. Dude, I am so anti-commotion. As a matter of fact, some of the smaller shows I play at where a promoter, like kind of my age, somehow manages to throw an event or something. He's like, yeah, man, what do you want? You want this, that, the other thing? It's like, no, dude. What I want is absolutely nothing. I know nothing. Just take care of the crew and whatever they want, sure. But like, don't even, just pretend I don't even exist. It wasn't always like that. It was actually quite the opposite when I started. My first 2 years of touring was fucking insane. It was a lot of drinking. It was a lot of partying. It was a lot of doing this. It was getting in trouble, not getting in trouble. But it was a lot of that. And then after that, I just decided, you know what? I don't want to die. I kind of want to be sort of healthy. And this isn't for me, so I decided not to do it. But there are dudes who have gone full career mode out of partying like animals before, during, and after shows. But if you can take it and you like it, God bless you. But me personally, it's like another day at the office as far as I'm concerned. If you're not naturally comfortable on stage, from my own personal experience, you should try putting on a fucking helmet that covers your face, so you don't have to see anyone. I'm just saying, that's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it, but I heard from a guy that that is a great solution. Yeah.